All right, you guys, working on this SeaDoo. And I say you got two kinds. You got your SeaDoos and you got your SeaDon'ts. This thing, I gotta change the starter. So when I first got it, it had the old, nothing. Put the key on the little button. And for you guys that don't know SeaDoos, they got a security key and they call it a DES system. I don't know what it stands for, but inside that key, I guess the new ones are RFID, I don't know, but they would store a magnetic number on there. The computer, this guy, would read that number. This would read that number, and you had a big harness. You have a big harness that goes in here, and then it tells the solenoid when to fire. Why they did this? Why couldn't they just make this like everything else, where it's just when you turn the key, it goes back. I guess they didn't want to get water in the key. I don't know. I mean, that makes sense, but still. So what we're doing is, there's plenty of videos out there that show you diagnosing if you have a bad solenoid or if you have a bad starter. So in this case, I put this one was toast. It's completely toast. The desk key was bad. So what I did is I ordered a rectifier, and you can go online, because this is a 20-year-old SeaDoo. And I ordered you can get a new power pack, basically. It's ECU, they call it MPEG. SeaDoo, it's BRP. Everything BRP touches is just crap. But anyway, gotta take the starter out. Well, that ain't fun. Let me tell you what, it's a frustration. All right, here's my tips for taking this starter out, because it's way down underneath basically the exhaust part. Because if we look, we got this exhaust port, and it goes up and it goes out around over here. And I probably should put a light. What I'm going to say, for the level of frustration, because that stupid starter is way underneath down there. So that starter is way down underneath. This is the exhaust port, and it goes back over there. So for the level of frustration, I'm going to take that out, because it is crazy what you got to do to get the starter out of these things. I mean, you can do it, but good luck. So this one has already been off before. I can see it. So I'm going to take that clamp off. And then back there, they got just a hose clamp. You can see these are all pressure clamps. So I'm going to take this off here and here, or maybe just there. I don't know yet. And set this aside, because otherwise you got these two hoses that you got to deal with. Leave them on. I think they even need some tie wraps. Now once you got that disconnected, and you got this hose, goes all the way over to there. And so you want to take this hose off, so maybe we'll take it off from right here. And then we got to undo over here. We got another hose connection. So we'll just take and undo both of them, or maybe one, I don't know. Down and to the left over there, you see there were some more hose connections. So we got to take that off in order to get this whole exhaust thing off. You get that off, it's a lot easier to get those bolts out for the starter. First thing we're going to do, before we do anything, we're going to get that battery offline. Okay, we got that big exhaust out of here. And that really kind of is your best bet. Take those 4 bolts off. Like I said, you take the flanges to the rubber gaskets or the rubber hose. It's on there, and then it just comes up out of the way. It's our easiest, best bet to get to the starter that's way down there. So yeah, that gives you access to that bolt. So yeah, we'll take that negative cable off. On top there's that bolt. And then opposite side, underneath that bolt, is another bolt. So really you should take your extension and take that bolt off first. Once you get that bolt out, take the bolt that's on the side. I don't know if we can see this. So this one's kind of a blind hole to show you. Maybe we can even... I don't know if I can see it or not, but there's a side bolt there. You want to take that out. You got the starter out, and it is a pain in the butt. See, so we got a bunch of various tools to get that out of there. Some extensions, 1/4-inch socket. I have this one, this one, this one. Some little box wrenches, 13 and 10 millimeter. So I had tried this, so it's a 5/16. Like a T socket, well, I don't know, Allen key. So this is a metric 9, 8, metric 8. So just kind of got that sitting there. I've got some sockets I used. The bolts that came out of it. So that was the exhaust housing. And I don't think they had these in the right place. So I'm going to have to search that out. Some starter bolts. And we got one that's longer than the other. I don't know if that's correct. But they're both, you know, the same. One's just slightly longer than the other one. I think the slightly longer one was on the bottom. And this one was on top. Okay, so that's what we're doing today. Thanks for watching, subscribing, commenting, liking the videos, all that stuff that everybody talks about. We'll see you, and I hope this helps you on your SeaDoo, because I'm not a fan of them. I don't run them. I'm too old for that. It's fun. I did it when I was a kid, but this will help you out, I think, because if you're like, I don't know how to get the starter out of here, you guys are at the age where you can afford these, you know. You can go out and get them for real cheap. They're even sitting around, but they got a lot of problems. And for a little bit of money, you can get them going. So if you got one that's got a starter out, that's how you replace a starter on one of these things. I've tried the other way. I've had like little to no success. But when I take that whole exhaust system out, it's a lot better. Now when you're done, you got to seal this up. So seal it up good. You don't have to put any sealant on the hose clamps, but you need to replace probably the gasket and put some sealer up here on top where it comes out of the engine. You can't it's really difficult to take those exhaust ports off the engine, but you can take it off up there up top and then just wrestle it out of this thing, and you can get to the starter and get your new one in. Well, yeah, until next time, putting it back in is the same way. The only thing that we'll want to do is on this connection, we're going to want to put some, you can put dielectric grease, but I'm going to do some liquid electrical tape. That'll protect this connection from any kind of oil or debris. And yeah, I guess we'll see you next time. What a pain. See, don't. It's a see, don't.